Let's start with the Philadelphia Eagles, who rushed for almost 365 yards against the Packers. You know, I've said this a couple of times now. The longer Matt LaFleur is the Green Bay Packers coach, the less resilient and the softer this franchise gets. They spend a lot of money on defense. 5 of their top 7 cap hits are on defense. And the tackling is putrid. It's not like you didn't know what Philadelphia was going to do, and you become your coach. The Titans with Mike Vrabel are tough. Belichick's teams are smart and resourceful. Andy Reid's are clever. Pete Carroll's have high energy. Matt LaFleur's teams, I don't know what they are. Pretty? They have no identity. That is your job. Sean McVay in an hour gave the Rams an identity when he arrived. Kyle Shanahan did the same to the Niners. The Packers have no street fight at all, no resiliency. Philadelphia rushed for more yards in a single game than they have since 1948, and it's not like you didn't know what was coming. The previous 2 teams, in fact, had given you a little bit of a blueprint on how to stop them. And this is something I've been on all year. The sports media likes stories. And sometimes, instead of telling you what's happening, they're rooting for a story. Matt LaFleur was an interesting story. Generationally handsome guy could connect with handsome quarterback Aaron Rodgers. Let's get a frumpy Mike McCarthy out of here. Everybody liked the story, and he was elevated to a VIP status very quickly for beating the Lions and the Bears twice a year. That's 4-0. Is that really Green Bay's standard? Really? They've been great for 25 years. That's Aaron Rodgers' standard? It is official. Green Bay is done for the year, and they just don't regularly beat elite football teams. Think about the Tennessee. They lost. Philadelphia, they lose. When they go up against a San Francisco, a physical team, or a Tom Brady team, they always just look like they better lead big at half because they've now become a bad second half team. Think about that. The defense underachieving. The offense underachieving. They're less physical than when he took it over. And they become a terrible, terrible second half team. 1-5 when they trail at half. I mean, we can keep blaming Aaron Rodgers on this, but he's obviously banged up with his thumb, and he had a lot of W's before Matt LaFleur got there. You start looking around the NFC, though, the way San Francisco and Philadelphia play. With Aaron's salary, I don't see light at the end of the tunnel. You're not going to be able to go buy an edge rusher or Fletcher Cox. I mean, you're not going to be able to go buy Aaron Donald. I don't see it. Green Bay feels, when you look at the teams in this league, the Tennessees, the tough teams, the physical teams, Buffalo, San Francisco, Philly. Man, it looks like Green Bay is a mile away. When you look at a good coach, they don't have to win like Lincoln Riley right out of the gate. But you should be able to see a team's identity. The Rams got McVay in. Suddenly they were offensively clever. Andy Reid arrives in Kansas City. Sean McDermott in Buffalo. They got physical real fast. You got to be able to see the coach's identity. I'm asking you today, what is it? What do they do extraordinarily well? It should be easier with Aaron Rodgers, right? The quarterback's taken care of. He can, I mean, you watch USC play, or you watch Harbaugh. If you got the coach, you got the right quarterback. It should be easier to have an identity. I still don't know what the Packers' identity is. Well, I didn't think my second story today would be the Jets. And I said, I didn't think benching Zack Wilson was smart. Why ruin the kid? And then I watched the game, and it hit me. Mike White is not only better than Zack Wilson, he's a lot better. The players like him, the coaches like him, the fans are chanting his name. Even Zach on the sideline, sulking, hoodie over his head, didn't want to be there. It kind of confirms that he's a bad teammate. At some point, you as a quarterback, a young quarterback, you have to check at least some of the boxes. You're big, you're resilient, you've got maturity, you're a leader, you're noticeably improving. Zach doesn't check any of those. He's got a decent arm. Well, you're a quarterback. He'd be like a kicker. You got a decent leg. That's the least I need. He can throw a ball. I don't like Tua that much, right? Like I didn't love him like everybody else, but he checks some boxes. He's mature. There's leadership. He's hella accurate when he lets go of the ball. He's got a quick release. He sees the entire field. Mike White is better than Zack Wilson. I don't care what round he was taken in. He's better. He's a significantly more accurate quarterback. He's got better poise. He makes fewer mistakes. I was wrong. I thought, you can't bench Zack Wilson. You'll ruin him. What's it matter? He's the second best quarterback in the franchise. This isn't one of those where you have a young quarterback, you bring him out, he struggles, you go back to like Justin Fields, Andy Dalton, back and forth, but we know what Andy is, and we're hoping that, that eventually Justin Fields will be great. But like, I look at these two and I'm like, I just think Mike White's better. I think he throws a better ball. Easy can't be hard for quarterbacks. Like, I'm not asking Justin Herbert's first year to be wonderful or Joe Burrow, but Burrow made the easy look easy. Sometimes he couldn't make the great play with that bad O-line as a rookie. And Justin Herbert still sometimes will make a bad throw. Andrew Luck did. Trevor Lawrence first year did. But those guys make the easy look easy, right? Like you see an NBA rookie. You're not asking him to drop 27 a night and go defend, Kevin Durant on the wing. You got to be able to hit free throws, rebound, hit an open jumper. Zack Wilson, the easy stuff seems so hard, so labor intensive. Now, again, I don't want to be confirmation bias. I wasn't a fan of Zack Wilson out of college. But I'm watching that game and I'm saying, well, time out. Why not bench Zack Wilson? Mike White's better. I think he's more coachable. I think he's light in his feet. I don't think he has the arm of a Zack Wilson. But, when you tell me, a kicker's got a good leg and a quarterback's got a good arm, I've seen a lot of that. Are you accurate? Can you get it to the receiver, the tight end, the back, and the flat? I was dead wrong. I think the Jets have a quarterback. It's just the guy you drafted in the 5th round. So what? Dak was in the 4th round. Kirk Cousins was in the 4th round. Brady was in the 6th round. So what? I mean, we got Hall of Famers that were undrafted. Nobody even drafted Antonio Gates. We got Pro Bowlers all over this league drafted in the 5th, 6th, and 7th round. Maybe in New York, because of Joe Namath, their history, they're looking for flash. Eli Manning, the Manning name. Maybe we're looking for flash from the Jets at quarterback. I get it. I don't know. I look at Mike White, 5th rounder, and I'm like, with that defense, you can make the playoffs with Mike White. With that defense? With those special teams? Why not? Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd or go watch a few segments from other shows on FS1.